Interior Minister Xhafaj and his Montenegrin counterpart and the EU Ambassador to Albania, Xhafaj Vlahutin, inspected the infrastructure and modern equipment at the inauguration of the newly upgraded Hani Hotit border crossing point. The electricity distribution operator will be obliged to collect housing tax via electricity bills from January 1st, 2019, with the Albanian government agreeing that the fee will be at an amount of 4% of the total gross income. The University Trauma Hospital has attended to over 200 cases in just one day. The unusual influx is thought to be caused by road accidents, falling from heights and jumping out at sea. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Friday, the 3rd of August 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country translated into English. The Hani Hotit border point has been equipped with modern infrastructure thanks to funding from EU assistance programs totalling approximately 2.5 million euros. Its inauguration was made with a ceremony attended by Albanian Interior Minister Xhafaj, his Montenegrin counterpart and the EU Ambassador Xhafaj Vlahutin. Minister Xhafaj explained that the investment at this border crossing, including the new customs terminal, brings more qualitative services to citizens. An easing of the actions of people, but mainly goods, and also a sophistication of controls for goods and tools moving to the Republic of Montenegro and beyond. I mentioned these projects to express special gratitude to Ambassador Vlahutin, who has been personally engaged in their implementation, said Xhafaj. According to Minister Xhafaj, with this investment, this border point reaches the parameters of the first category by applying service and processing standards in line with those of the Schengen zone. European Union Ambassador Xhafaj Vlahutin said the project was not easy to be implemented. Everyone will benefit from this convenience: economic partners, citizens of this region and tourists who will now feel that a wonderful experience has been provided in this beautiful part of Europe. The border crossing point is not only important for Albania and Montenegro, but plays a specific role for all of Europe, said Xhafaj Vlahutin. This investment was also appreciated by the Montenegrin minister for the ease it will create in the movement of vehicles, goods and citizens between the two countries. Former prosecutor of the General Prosecutor's Office, acting prosecutor at Shkodra Court of Appeal, Arben Dolapai, came to a hearing before the Independent Qualifications Commission. From the in-depth investigation of the Independent Qualification Commission, it was determined that Dolapai's wealth included an apartment of 76 square metres in Bayram Suri, a residential house with a surface of 113 square metres in Selita, worth 9 million lek, residential houses under construction in Valbona, and amounts of money held across 2 bank accounts. It also eventuated that he has taken out a bank loan of 5 million lek. Even in regards to the criteria relating to the purity of the figure and moral integrity, Dolapai is considered to be appropriate for performing the task. Arben Dolapai is one of the best-known prosecutors in Albania, having run the juris prosecution for several years. He then moved to Tirana, where he participated in the investigation of the tragedy of Gurdec in the early moments, carrying out action in the villages affected by the explosion until the file was sent to the Supreme Court. For several years, Arben Dolapai has worked as a prosecutor in the General Prosecutor's Office, but also as a head of the inspection sector, and later transferred to the Appeal Court of Shkodra, where he is currently working. Prior to his transfer to Shkodra, he was involved in a public debate with the former Chief Prosecutor, Adriatic Lala. Meanwhile, on Friday, after a deep investigation, the Independent Qualification Commission reconfirmed for office the judge of Tirana's Administrative Court of Appeal, Artur Malai. The Albanian government has selected the electricity distribution operator for the collection of housing tax. This has already been determined in a draft decision that has been distributed to local government units as well as to the respective ministries. The change is expected to be implemented on January 1st, 2019. The change is foreseen to be found a line below the amount of energy consumed on the bill. In the event of non-payment of obligations by citizens or businesses, forcible collection will occur within 3 months, according to the law. Meanwhile, as a mitigating measure, the government has also provided a point where the right of property owners or businesses who own the building can be given the right to pay it by instalments. In the event that problems are identified in the circulation of the tax, then the adjustment may be made the following month. The electricity distribution operator has been selected as the agent who will collect the tax due to the fact that they hold the most accurate data on the houses and the locations. The decision also stipulated that electricity distribution operator will benefit from 4% of the gross income of this tax for each municipality. The Ministry of Finance and the local government units are responsible for implementing this decision. The electricity distribution operator and the tax and asset management department are required to initiate the drafting of sub-legal acts for the functioning of this draft decision and its entry into force. Based on the new calculations, citizens will pay 0.05% of the value of a house and businesses will pay 0.2%. This means a house in Tirana worth €100,000 will pay €50 per year or €4.1 per month. The housing tax that will be collected based on new methodology, which is calculated on the basis of value, actually entered into force on the 1st of April. However, its implementation was postponed because the municipalities were not ready to apply it. Previously, the tax was collected at a fixed rate of 1,200 lek per year for all buildings. The green light has been given for the construction of the Cottage-Elvina road, a very important segment for tourism in our country. The Albanian Road Authority has opened a tender for 3 lots with a fund of 6.6 billion lek. While awaiting the offers of interested companies by September 3, the Albanian Road Authority invites interested companies to submit their bids for the construction of this road access. The Cottage-Elvina road has a length of 34 kilometres and is considered one of the priority axes that shortens the time to journey from Tirana to Saranda by 3 hours, giving a further boost to tourism in the south. The construction of this access was selected in 5 national works that the government intended to build under the public-private partnership scheme. But after it withdrew from this scheme and decided that it would construct it through use of the state funds. The construction of this access connects Elvina and Saranda with Cottage near Gjirokastra, shortening the time it takes to travel from Tirana to Saranda by 3 hours. Shkodra was the next stop for the President of the Republic, Ilir Meta, touring in the framework of the initiative undertaken by him and the Blood Donation Alliance. Together with the Mayor of Shkodra, Voltana Ademi, he stopped at the premises of the municipality where blood was donated by citizens and employees of the administration. Thanking all the blood donors for their noble and humanistic work and immediately responding to the call of the Blood Donation Alliance, President Meta emphasised that the initiative aims to help some categories of the ill and those in an accident. This alliance aims to achieve the WHO objective of 100% voluntary donation by 2020. Mayor of Shkodra, Ademi, who joined the donation session, appealed to others to join the initiative. Then Meta and Ademi went to the mayor's office where the head of state was sure not to miss the chance to see the view from the balcony which overlooks the pedestrian area of Shkodra. The meeting continued without the presence of the media, with discussions focusing on the development of tourism, the problems the Shkodra region faces and the possibilities for promotion and development. 200 patients have appeared at the emergency of the Trauma University Hospital. Despite being in a state of readiness throughout the year, the hospital is facing challenges from such an influx as has been seen this August. About 150 cases relate to trauma, with the main case of the other 50 being internal illnesses. But the director of the Trauma University, Zeneli, expresses concern over the number of trauma incidents caused by falling from heights, including incidents of falling from homes, high buildings and cliffs at the seasides. Such traumas can cause invalidity. The highest number of traumas, however, is due to road accidents. It is not the duty of doctors to determine causes due to speed or alcohol, but the white blouses underline that such traumas are at disturbing levels. During the summer months, which see an influx of holidaymakers, the white T-shirts are working according to a calendar to avoid creating vacuums in emergency services. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.